Good morning, Year 3. Welcome back to another comprehension activity. Today we're going to be using another non-fiction text that contains lots of facts about a subject. Our non-fiction text today is all about
ancient Egyptian life.
When you have listened to the non-fiction text, I'm going to be asking you some questions about it. Are you ready?
Fancy another trip to ancient Egypt? You'll need to go back in time 5,000 years before the Vikings and even the Romans. Head 2,000 miles away to the top of Africa. That is where ancient Egypt began. Read on to become an Egyptian expert. The River Nile. When people first settled in Egypt, they built their homes around the River Nile. This is unsurprising because the River Nile provided all the water and food they could possibly need. In the summer months, the river flooded and covered the fields in a special black soil that makes it easy to grow crops. This means there was always an abundance of food to eat. The Nile was also a great way to get around on boats, but definitely not for swimming. There were crocodiles. The pyramids. When you think about Egypt, the first thing you imagine is probably the pyramids. They were built to bury the pharaohs, the kings, in, just like Westminster Abbey and Windsor Castle were built to house the tombs of British kings and queens. However, the pyramids are over twice the height of Westminster Abbey. The biggest pyramid is the Great Pyramid, which is over 146 metres high and built from more than 2 million stone blocks. Imagine lifting all those. Mummification. The ancient Egyptians believed in the afterlife, so their bodies were preserved when they died. They were mummified, which means that they had their intestines, liver, lungs and stomach taken out and put into separate jars. Next, the bodies were covered in salt to suck the water out, and then they were wrapped in cloth. Finally, they were buried with treasures and riches to take to the afterlife, and perhaps most surprisingly, the priest took food to the tomb every day. Jobs. You might think that life in ancient Egypt was one of luxury, but you would be mistaken. Everybody worked hard, and even children as young as 12 had jobs. The most important person in society was the pharaoh, who was a king, and he was also the wealthiest. In contrast, the poorest people were slaves. Most people were farmers, but farming was a tough job. Imagine being in the field under the hot sun all day. After 3,500 years, the Romans took over and ancient Egypt became history. Luckily, archaeologists are still finding temples, towns and tombs today. Did you enjoy learning more about life in ancient Egypt? I hope so. There were lots of fascinating facts in the text.
At Parents' Evening, you were all given a home learning pack. Can you find your pencil and some lined paper?
First, I would like you to write the title Ancient Egyptian Life at the top of your page.
I'm going to ask you some questions about the text. I want you to write your answers down on your piece of paper. I would like you to pause the video. You'll see an icon on the screen like this. When I have asked the question, this will give you time to write your answer. You can also pause the video at any time and go back through the text to find evidence to help you to answer these questions. Are you ready? Question 1.
Where is Egypt located?
Write your answer on your answer sheet. Question 2.
Why did the Egyptians settle around the River Nile? Choose 2 answers from it was easy to grow crops there, it was a great way to get around on boat, it was great for swimming, and there were homes already built there. Choose 2 answers and write them on your answer sheet.
Question 3.
When you think about Egypt, the first thing you imagine is probably the pyramids. Why does the author think this?
Write your answer on your answer sheet. Question 4.
Look at the paragraph about the pyramids. Write down one similarity between Westminster Abbey and the Great Pyramid.
Write your answer on your answer sheet. Question 5.
Put the stages of mummification in order from 1 to 4 to show the order that they happened. A. The bodies were covered in salt. B. They were wrapped in cloth. C. They had their organs taken out. And D. They were buried with treasures.
Write the order number and letter of the event on your answer sheet. Question 6.
Surprisingly, the priest took food to the tomb every day. Why was this surprising?
Write your answer on your answer sheet. Question 7.
Look at the paragraph about jobs. Find and copy one word that means the same as richest.
Write your answer on your answer sheet. How did you get on? Do you think you answered all of the questions correctly? Give yourself a tick if you did, or fix your work if you had a different answer. Let's find out how you got on. Question 1. Question 2. Question 3. Question 4. Question 5. Question 6. Question 7. Thank you for your hard work today. I'll see you tomorrow for some more comprehension fun. Bye!